Welcome to Accelerate My Practice. So glad you could join me here today. Today I want to talk about the mind games we play with ourselves. You know, there's so many times that we're telling ourselves something, alternative reality, if you will, BS, which stands for blowing smoke for those of you that aren't sure. You know, there's so many things that we do to ourselves that can get in the way of how we can function as a team, or how we can function physically, or how we can accomplish things. There's so many challenges here. And you've heard me lecture on this stuff a lot. That's how people walk on fire like I've done. There's huge studies and research behind mind-body connection. Whenever we have a challenge, we tend to tell ourselves a story about this challenge. Some of us make it out to be way bigger than what the reality is that we're facing. Some of us minimize it and we're grossly over-optimistic about the reality we're facing. And either extreme becomes challenging, and I'll talk about each one individually, but the best answer is just to be real about what it is we're dealing with. So the people who are in denial, we all know someone like this, right? They're the person who sits there and they're talking to us and they're like, oh no, everything's dandy, it's fine, it's not me, it's somebody else, blah, blah, blah. I mean, this is the person who's absolutely in denial and overly optimistic about what their future holds, and as a result, can't deal with reality. Thus, they continue to have the same problems in their lives over and over and over again. Now, the opposite extreme of this person is the person who always plays the victim card. But, you know, the victim card thing of, you know, I can't believe you'd say this, or I can't believe you'd do this, and they get really defensive about everything you say to them. And it's just victim. Now, the challenge there is, how can you even give that person feedback to make any changes? Because you give them feedback, constructive criticism, they're like, hey, you're picking on me. No, I'm not picking on you, but relative to this area in your performance, you suck. So I'm just trying to fix it. And they take it and they make everything personal about them. It's hard for somebody else to point this sort of thing out without it becoming a huge fight. So the question is, can you diagnose yourself appropriately? Can you diagnose yourself with the facts? Can you own the reality of wherever the diagnosis is? Because it's not about where you are today, right? If you've ever been to one of my programs, you know my closing slide is it's all about the dash. It's your birthday, a dash, and a question mark when you die. And right now, it doesn't matter where you are right now. The question is, what are you going to do about it? Because you ain't dead yet. If you do something about it, you have the ability to live a completely different life. If you don't, well, you just keep living the life you've been living, and I'm sure it'll be just fine because you're probably sitting there thinking, this is garbage. I've been just fine all my life. There's no problems in my life. I'm not an overly optimistic person. I'm definitely not a victim person. I'm not going to pass any blame. This is garbage. I don't know why he's even talking about this. By the way, if you're saying any of those things in your head right now, it should be a clue. Whatever the case is, our job and goal is to help liberate you, to help you get free from some of these things so you can live a different life, so you can live a life that's unhooked, if you will, from any of those challenges. And I promise you, this has got to be the first key. We all got to look in the mirror, ask ourselves some questions. If we have a friend who actually will be honest with us, we can ask them too. But we got to start right here at ourselves. Nothing can change in this world until we change ourselves first. I hope you've enjoyed our show. I can't wait to see you again, 8 o'clock Mountain, 10 o'clock on the East Coast. Till then, have an awesome day. We'll talk to you later. What if you could have the practice of your dreams? What's holding you back? Imagine a life where you have everything you ever wanted.